any gender is going to internalize. So it's this little thing. Whilst it might not be much, it's going to build into something bigger later on.
This is what I hate about the people that do this. They just go and find one element of the thing they're arguing about, but they won't talk about the other parts of this series that don't agree with their argument. Like, I'd have to go back and look at the remainder of the characters, but I don't remember there being a female character in the Mr. Men series that had a negative connotation. There wasn't a Little Miss Grumpy or, Little Miss Cow or,
Little Miss, it's that time of the month.
Yeah, Little Miss, that's time of the month. They're all like Little Miss Sunshine, Little Miss Curious, so they're happy and exploring the world and really positive traits. All of the bad traits, the clumsy and angry and all those ones were all the men. So it's just a bit stupid that you're going to sit there and go, these books hate women, when in fact all of the positive elements are given to women, and all the ones that are, that you look down on, like the stupid ones or the angry ones or the ones that hurt themselves, are all men. So yeah, you've picked one element out of this book and you're making a massive deal out of it when the rest of the library disagrees with you completely. It's just the fact that now that anyone, similar to what we're doing now, has a voice and feels that their opinion should be heard.
I don't think my opinion's worth shit, to be perfectly honest. I'm just going to say it because it's mine and I've got time to fill up on a podcast here. But a spokesperson for Mr. Men Publishers, Egmont UK, said in Mr. Men Scotland, the many Mr. Men and Little Miss characters in the book get up to their usual antics. The book is a celebration of Scotland and its unique heritage sites. So they've come out and said, look, mate, this is about Scotland. It's not about any of this other crap. Who are you? F off.
Yeah.
Or they would have said it like this. You know what? Buffed here. Go f yourself.
Loose talk, even looser opinions. The Burble.
There's a disease going around in America at the moment, and I'm not going to say anything about Trump supporters. You're your own strain of me. You're a dunce. But a disease that turns deer into zombies is on the march across North America, and there's fears it could make the jump to humans. Oh, if only there was a God. that happened. It's called chronic wasting disease, or CWD, which is related to bovine spongiform, which is also known as mad cow disease. It's now been tracked across 26 states, 26 of the 50 states of the United States of America, and it's making deer go batshit crazy, turning them into red-eyed, drooling idiots that attack pretty much anyone. So deer normally will run away from hunters. That's why hunters have got to wear the camo, they've got the long rifles, the 308s, all that kind of thing. Snipe, because they need that kind of stuff over there. Automatic, AR-15s and shit like that, just to bring a deer down.
Well, just on this, you're saying this has been going for 20 years, that the deer are slowly getting more and more violent. Maybe the Americans have got a point. Maybe they do need AR-15s for hunting if these psycho deer are around that are just chasing them down. And I don't want to get the zombie virus from some cranky deer. Hook a brother up with an AR-15. I'm going hunting.
CWD actually was discovered in 1967. It spreads through the body fluids either directly or through contamination of soil, food, water, all that kind of thing. No treatment, no cure. It's fatal to animals who become infected. Now, they reckon it could make the leap to humans. So if you're a big fan of 28 days later, 28 weeks later, all that kind of thing, then maybe this is just going to happen for you. This is why America's probably all stocking up on...
There are nerds everywhere that are just reading this going, it's my time now.
Yeah.
Their zombie apocalypse plans are coming out. They're heading to the local Bunnings to stock up.
Oh, yeah. This is where Home Depot, Walmart and all that shit are going to make money, because all of this is going to happen. Now, these doomsday preppers, you've seen the TV show Doomsday Preppers. They're building bunkers. They've 2,600 frigging containers buried under a hill or something like that. They've already chosen the people that are come and live there and all that shit, right? This is where they're going, hang on, we prepared for a nuclear attack from Russia. We've prepared for floods, drought. Someone's going to set off an EMP, and then all of our stuff's dead and that's it and all that kind of thing. I don't think at the top of their list...
There's nothing in my manual for psycho deer. What do I do?
Psycho deer or it jumping to humans. Now, they reckon it could be even occurring today and they wouldn't even know it. That it could be jumping into people because they'll go out, they'll hunt, they'll shoot, right? They'll bring home some venison, crack in a bit of venison, eat that, and it could be that some Americans are already infected with mad cow disease, but they don't know it yet.
Well, that's always the big fear. They've always said that with mad cow disease, that it's, a lot like Alzheimer's, and there could be many people that have had diagnosed with Alzheimer's that have actually had mad cow disease. So that's, jokes aside, this is actually a genuinely terrifying.
It is.
Everything the Burbles brought up. This is public service right now.
Yep. So this is why, if you're going to go to the States to actually just go for a bit of a holiday, you stay in the Maine metropolitan areas where deer aren't just running round loose, ready to bite you in the neck and infect you and stuff like that. California, you're fine. If you're going to go to stay in Anaheim and go to Disneyland, that's fine. You just go and rich it up with there. But if you're going to go to the heart of America and stuff, you make sure you're armed with sidearms, knives, dogs, tasers, whatever. If you go near the deer are going to you up. This is not real great news though for fans of Santa and his reindeer.
Well, that's scary. He's visiting every house in the world this month. What if he's got some of those deer?
So these deer, that whilst they're
one of them's got a red nose. That's like what were you saying about bloodshot eyes? Could that be that's scary?
No, that's a symbol of just being too drunk. 2 episodes ago, I could have been the lead reindeer.
Light Santa's way tonight.
This is The Burble with Benny and Az.
Speed round time right here on The Burble. Producer, ring that bell. Az, what did you want to be when you were little? Did you want to be, say, Bob the Builder or a mermaid or a superhero, world-class cricket star?
Oh, I think I've still got dreams of being a world-class cricket star. I don't know, went through lots of ones. Fighter pilot, astronaut, policeman, all those sort of, went through the...
Fill in for the burble.
Yeah, I had that, I'm living the dream now.
Valerie Diaz, she saw the glitz and glamour of drag queens and decided that that's what she wants to be. And her mum, Riot, her mum's name is Riot. She was probably born in South Central Los Angeles during those times.
I just want to ask, because it's America, and
America.
How do they spell Riot?
R-I-O-T.
Oh,
right.
Actually
Right, yes.
Wow.
Now, despite being 9 years old, Valerie, whose drag name is Candy, actually performs live, and she's able to do her own makeup for shows. Now, this is admirable. It really is. It really is, okay? But her rise to stardom has meant that sacrifices for 22-year-old Wright, Candy's 9 years old, Valerie, I should say. Her mum's 22, so she would have had her when she was 14?
13.
Well,
with a name like Riot, I'm sure that's, reasons why she had 13.
Riot is on the US minimum wage of just $12 an hour as a freelance social media and stage manager. And although she is sometimes short on rent, insists that she makes sure that Valerie has everything she needs and wants and spends at least $100 a month on her drag career for this kid who is 9 years old.
Well, on the one hand, I am very impressed that Riot, still not going to get used to saying that, has the presence of mind to make sure that she is providing for her daughter. Well done. Well, now, on the other hand, what the are you doing like a 9-year-old dressed up in drag, you crazy
Exactly right. She's from Massachusetts, so don't think she's actually from LA or anything
Boston.
Boston. The spirit of Massachusetts.
I'm not a cop.
My father, he had a hat attack. His hat attacked him. You mean the hat in his head? No, his hat attacked him. That's a Bill Cosby joke and they're not allowed. Anyway, Candy began her journey as a drag kid when she was 7 years old and they were watching a drag artist competition show.
Oh, this hurts me on the inside because I have a daughter at that same age and there is no amount of money in the world that you could come and drop in my lap and go, I want to turn her into a drag star. It would be responded with a f*** you and probably a punch to the face. It is mind-boggling that you would subject your 9-year-old girl to that sort of lifestyle.
I'm surprised that you held back there. I would have punched the person in the throat, to be honest. Her first performance was several months later after they watched that at an LGBTQ plus youth program drag pageant. And so since then, basically, this girl has been performing in drag, all the costumes, all that kind of thing. Now, I thought drag was meant that like, you're the opposite sex dressing up as that other sex and doing it. Am I not right?
That's what I thought as well, but I'm assuming from this it must be just the over-the-top grandeur style, the big made-up eyes and the big massive wigs and the cocktail dresses. It must just be the style of dress rather than man dressing up as a woman.
She regularly visits thrift shops for outfits and searches online clearance sales for the best prices. She also reuses and upcycles as well. Doesn't recycle, she upcycles. Is it worth missing your rent for the drag queen lifestyle for a 9-year-old?
Well, I'm going to have to say no, because I don't think that it's worth anything to expose your 9-year-old to that. But certainly I can't imagine that well, what are you going to do? She's got a closet full of feather boas and makeup and tiaras, but she doesn't have the closet anymore because the bank repoed the house and kicked them out on the street, And
her mother got fired from McDonald's job.
Oh, she was a freelance social media stage manager, I think. Whatever
the hell she says she was, or whatever the hell she thinks she is. Right. What a name. That'd be the only person in Massachusetts with that name. Scarecrows just don't cut it no more.
No.
Scarecrows don't cut it no more, and I'll tell you why. Because, well, if you've ever travelled over to the subcontinent or Thailand, I think it is, or one of those places where the place is just overrun with monkeys, and I'm not talking about people, I'm talking about actual monkeys. They'll pinch food, they rip off phones, they steal cameras.
Monkeys will your shit up.
Monkeys will pinch shit. They're worse than those seagulls at traffic lights in Sydney. Oh, I'm going to watch your window. Looks a bit dirty. Come on, it's $1. Huh? You can hear me. I know you can hear me in there. Oh, wind down the window. I need $1. I need $5. Yeah, I know you're going to smoke meth out of a tray of foil afterwards after that, are you, junkie?
Go and watch someone else's car.
No, but and I love it though. And I always do this. My classic line is that when they come up to me, my car, which is already filthy. I know it's dirty. I don't need you to clean it. I haven't got time to clean it, right? But they say, I'll wash your window for $1, and I say, sorry, I only carry hundreds. He hasn't got the change. They don't have the change.
Never have the change.
No. Anyway, desperate to reclaim his farmland from a gang of invading monkeys, a farmer in India has decided to paint his dog to look like a tiger in the hopes it would scare the monkeys away. And wouldn't you just get your dog to visho up just to get all angry and vicious and shit?
Oh, or maybe he's just worried about it turning on him. Clever work. Kudos to the guy.
I'm not even
think outside the box.
I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name because I can't, right? But he's made international news headlines by painting the dog, and he has to do this every night, okay? Because the paints he uses are like safe for the dog and stuff like that. So he has to do it nearly every night. But basically these monkeys are just coming in and raiding his crop because they'll pinch anything. Like I just said, they will steal anything. So now the dog's kind of red already, so he's just put the black markings on it. It actually looks like a thylacine. Do you know what a thylacine is?
I do, actually. It is the Tasmanian tiger.
Which no longer exists. Although they reckon someone spotted one recently, but it's a load of shit. Any news story that comes out of Tasmania is a load of shit, isn't it?
They're like, hello, we're still here.
He's also putting pictures up as well. So you can see on your screen there that he's got pictures of and he's put it up against I think it's corn. I think he's actually growing corn there. But anyway, he's not done such a bad job with the dog.
Yeah, so the dog looks like a kelpie sort of thing.
Yeah, like a dingo kind of deal. And so he reckons that this is the way to go for Indian farming. So basically, to get this happening, and your crop's going to be fine.
Yeah, well, it's apparently worked. Other farmers have taken it up. So good on him. Well done.
He's dyed the dog. Does it all the time. The paint job doesn't harm the dog, as I said. It's a hair dye. And it says lasts up to a month before fading away. So there you go. If you've got a crop, I'm not going to say what type of crop because some crops tend to be hidden in the roof of houses.
Oh, man, could you imagine a monkey getting a hold of some of that crop?
Oh, Jesus. Monkey be all over the shop.
You'd be just sitting there lying down going,
holy shit, is that a tiger? I couldn't be pinching a nick on today. I couldn't be. Oh, but pinch those tips though, would you?
Farming's a pretty stressful job, wouldn't you say, Benny?
Especially at the time of Australia at the moment when there's no water.
And everything's on fire.
It's shit. But anyway, farming, when it's good, it's great.
Yes.
When it's good, it is great. But however, at the moment, the current condition in Australia, it is absolutely shit. But anyway, where are we going?
Well, apparently it's pretty stressful in Russia as well. And it's not just the farmers that are feeling the pinch. Apparently the cows, the cattle,